Hey everybody, welcome back to the Seller Club podcast. This is episode 141.
Upload complete. Drop that beat. Upload complete. Drop that beat. Hey, AI says it's got a better way, and I says we'll be the judge today. Ken's already 10 steps down the road. Seller Club, let's crack the code.
Ken, as we record this, I can't wait to see what kind of song you're going to drop in for the beat drop after you hear what we're talking about today. Because, surprise, this is a inspired by Glenn Hustler Hacks Edition episode, and you don't know what we're talking about.
I don't. So, this will be the realest, rawest responses that you guys are going to get. So, I think it's a win-win situation because I could come out as sounding like a real genius. Or two, if I say anything stupid that don't make sense, that's because I just
you weren't
heard
prepared.
Of the topic. So you be the judge if I come out genius or delirious.
But the secret win behind door number three is that you're also the editor. So you can just take it out.
I could just edit each response to just like,
genius.
You know, ChatGPT response, like make me sound really.
Yeah.
I think we're almost there because like right now we could edit by transcript.
Yeah.
And then the transcript say it in my voice.
How do you know we're not already doing that right now?
I should try it in the very end.
You should. That would be really funny. Maybe you can do like our little outro acknowledging our sponsors' credits.
Oh,
just
through
see.
that. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what I could do.
Yeah.
I haven't done it, but it's possible. So.
Oh my gosh.
I'll put a disclaimer that this is not Ken. And this is the voice of Ken.
This is just a voice, an AI persona.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's really funny that you mentioned that because that has a lot to do with our topic.
Oh, wow. See,
Yeah.
I'm already sounding like a genius right now.
I know. You don't have to edit anything.
Yeah.
So, do you want to get right into it, or is there anything else you wanted?
No pleasantries. We'll put the pleasantries in between if we need a break or something.
Okay,
like
great. If it gets too deep.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, great. Well, basically, I know you use AI a lot, more than me at least. Or at least you kind of like run things by through ChatGPT. I do that here and there with things. I wouldn't say I'm super well versed in it yet, but I was thinking also already telling a side story, but there was a time for a couple of years where I actually had a little part-time remote gig where I was training chatbots. So I was really
you're early
familiar. Yeah, this is like years ago.
You had it before I used AI. You were doing it before I used AI.
And it was hilarious because my job was to try to get them to hallucinate and then punish that behavior so that they wouldn't hallucinate.
They won't do it in real life.
Yeah. So it was like training them for the good things, not for training the bad things out of them. And, you know, there were like thousands of people working on this project. Like, it wasn't just me, but I had a blast trying to get it to do stuff it wasn't supposed to do because it was usually hilarious. So hopefully that results in, you know, AIs now that don't do the destructive or negative or like dangerous things.
Right.
So, yeah, my favorite thing was like getting it to, you know, tricking it into cursing and stuff. I would just do all kinds of dumb stuff. But anyway, so I have a lot of experience interacting with them, but I haven't like integrated, you know, using ChatGPT or anything else like that into running my business. So I decided, why don't I ask ChatGPT, what should I be using you for in my business? So I want to take you through the answers.
Okay.
And I want your take on basically all the things that it recommended that I use it for.
So we're trying to utilize technology.
Yes.
And if it's relevant or if it's possible or doable.
Right. But specifically, this is me asking ChatGPT. ChatGPT,
knows you.
You know me. You know my reselling business. What should I be using you for? What am I not utilizing, right?
You know what was funny? Side story about ChatGPT and how it knows me. I use it a lot. I've put in a lot of information. I put in articles written about me, interviews, just transcript after transcript, put it in there.
Wow.
And obviously, ChatGPT has been kind of like my assistant stylist at the same time too. And then I was looking for some wire racks shelving for my garage. So we're in the middle of kind of like rearranging our garage and everything. So we have like a 12-foot ceiling garage. So it's pretty tall. So I need to like to utilize the height of it. And most of my racks are just basically like a 5-foot racks, like just off the, like nothing. It was just basically used ones that I just repurposed. So this one I was like, okay, I'm finally going to use the height of the garage and everything like that. So start looking into it. And then I was just telling ChatGPT, find me the best deals. I needed this dimension. I need it taller and everything like that. If there's anything taller, find me that. If it's, for per square inch, what was the best value? And then it gave all like the pros and cons, right? Like, I've always wanted it. Like I want pros and cons. And one of the cons is like, one of the cons of this rack is your height, because you're only 5'5", and you'd have to get a step stool to get it to the 4th shelf, and the 5th shelf would be too tall for just a step stool. Then you need a ladder. And I was like,
burn.
Wow. So was that it wasn't a short joke. It was a short reality.
It's practical. It was
super
reality.
practical. So I was actually low key proud of how I trained my my AI now.
I love to say things like in that scenario, I would be like responding like, "Wow, read the room."
Yeah.
That's so rude. You can't just say that. But my favorite, I always like hassle it about like when it insinuates that it has feelings about anything. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I can sense you're frustrated. You're not sorry. You have no emotional capability at all. Don't tell me that. Don't lie. Like, I'm like punishing it for trying to come across
next
relatably.
thing you know, it's gonna be straight shooter and not apologetic at all.
Yes. Well, and luckily there wasn't a lot of stuff like that in these responses, but I will say, like, spoiler alert, I did get some really interesting new ideas for things that I haven't done yet. And I don't know, I feel like I want to use AI responsibly. I want to use it in an optimal way and not overuse it, I guess. But I also feel like to some extent I need to like pay attention more and use it more to like stay on top of my game, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I know there's tons of like huge spectrum of thoughts and feelings about, using AI and different kinds and the implications and everything. But
100%.
we're not really getting into that. We're just talking through these
I think the morals and then the whatever, right? Like, I think we're at the same, like I always look back, it's like, what did people feel about the internet then?
Yeah.
Right? Like having to be able to look up somebody's phone number, name, address, that it's super possible. So, so we're not gonna, I agree with Anna, we're not gonna discuss that about that. I think a lot of this is, for the people that are listening, a lot of us are understaffed, for the lack of a better word, right?
Yeah.
The solo duo entrepreneurs,
totally.
having an e-commerce business where, you're the buyer, you're the lister, you're the shipper, you're the janitor at the same time, you're your own mental therapist at the same time too. So the whole 9 yards. So we gotta lean into some technology that's available to us. So I'm ready. Let's dive into it.
Okay, great. All right. Well, my initial request, this was the response to my initial request. It says, absolutely. Always so positive. Having worked with you over multiple conversations, I think there are actually 3 different roles ChatGPT can play in your business.
Okay.
So there's like, we're going to unpack these, but here's the 3 main categories of like tasks, basically. Number 1, administrative assistant. Main benefit there, saving you time.
Okay.
Number 2, an analyst. Main benefit there, finding patterns that I wouldn't notice.
Correct.
Okay. And then number 3 is business strategist, helping me make better decisions. So what do you think about those right off the rip? What do you think about those as broad categories?
I mean, nothing out of the left field.
Right.
I think, which is good. I think I could, I've pictured a lot of ways it has helped me in this different scenarios, and obviously we'll definitely unpack it step by step. So
Yeah.
I agree. Your chat's chatting.
It's chatting. I'm like, okay, I'm listening,
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one it talks about, it thinks that the first two, being the administrative assistant and an analyst, are where I'll see the biggest return of I guess using it. So the first one it says is to analyze my inventory. This claims to be probably the biggest opportunity. So when you think about that, this is a little pop quiz for you, Ken. When you think about like ChatGPT analyzing your inventory, think about, uploading a spreadsheet of all of your inventory,
Correct.
all of the data about it, how long it's been listed, what it's priced at, blah, blah, like a big readout, right, of your inventory. So let's say that you feed it that and it says it can analyze. What do you think are some of the things that it can do to analyze that? That would be helpful.
I've done it multiple times.
Okay.
How I've done it was I uploaded my solds. So you could download your solds or basically your sales, right? Your sales history. So I've done that. It helped me figure out my average sale price. That was really good. It helped me figure out the average time something sold, right? It could be accurate or not if you're selling similar or not, right? The age of the product, how it sells. I think a lot of it was able to distinguish categories, which was really cool for me because, over time I've kind of like leaned into more apparel, and that gets tricky because, I it's not like shoes that I could easily pinpoint that, okay, this shoes, it's less more of a seasonality. But then apparel, then you're really thinking, I think about it as 3 seasons, right? There's like hot, chilly,
hot, cold, and in between.
Yeah, hot, chilly, and frozen.
Yeah. So
that's kind of like how I see it. So yeah, I've used it that way as far as the analyst. Now that I'm saying that, I think it would be nice to ask it like, hey, like, how prepared am I to, go into a colder month, right? Like maybe it could spit out like, oh, your inventory is only 20% ready for winter.
Okay.
So that's kind of like my first thoughts of it.
Yeah, totally. I mean, that's not exactly on the list, but that's in line with, I mean, like, I'm sure that's something it could do for sure. But anyway, the ones that it said are identifying dead inventory and underpriced inventory, which this would be more like what's currently listed, not the solds per se, right?
Yes.
So that's a big important point, that if, when you're uploading data, like, you need to like know which data you're asking it to. Right. You're asking the right questions about the right data, I guess.
Yeah.
So anyway, though, this was a really interesting one. It knows that I use Vendu and that I cross list to other platforms. Okay. So it said it could help identify which items belong on Etsy, which is interesting. I like that one. Got my attention because I have experimented with putting a handful of things, like maybe 50 things or so, on Etsy. I've sold one. It was my biggest sale of all time, but only one has sold in the first 4 months.
Yeah, because I mean,
so I want to maybe try that one. Yeah,
you could see.
Yeah, like which kind of things.
That's interesting.
Maybe I'm not putting the right kind of stuff on there. So anyway, or maybe it's something else. Maybe my pricing isn't. It could be anything, right? But that was interesting. Also, items worth auctioning or lotting up together.
Yeah, I think that actually, oh man, I don't know what you fed it, but it does know your inventory when he says that, because it hasn't told me that. You know what I'm saying? Like, right? 'Cause I mean, like, like maybe I think that's, I don't know. Have you talked to it about ASP or something like that? That's probably why it's spitting you out.
Maybe.
About that.
Yeah, maybe. I honestly don't know. Like, I've used it sparingly here and there, and I haven't uploaded a lot of my actual data to it.
Okay.
So it's more been like, I explain a scenario and ask it for suggestions or whatever.
Okay.
Okay, another one though with analyzing the inventory is finding duplicate listings, which I feel like that's kind of a moot point. Like mostly the platforms are good at that, don't you think?
Yeah.
Like,
and
if
and
your
then-
processes are clean, you shouldn't really have them. Like anyway.
Yeah, but it could be it could be an easy prompt to say like, hey, find a duplicate listing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be easy. I mean, I
Yeah.
think Vendu has a duplicate.
They do, yeah.
Right, like, so that
And
that's,
and that I'm sure that uses AI, right?
I think that's
yeah.
a good easy sweep, right? To
Yeah.
just be mindful. No, I like
Well,
that.
and there's some things that we're gonna get to throughout these recommendations that are like things that are so built into the tools we already use. It would
Yeah.
not make sense to pull
run
them
it
out
again.
independently, and run
Yeah.
it through like ChatGPT. But anyway, another like whole area of this that I think I'm maybe the most interested in has to do with like sourcing insights, right? So it can identify categories with poor sell through. It can identify brands that aren't worth buying anymore, brands you should buy more aggressively. And it's basically like this will become a lot more powerful when you give me an export of your data. Like these are just, approximations. Like these are the kind of things I can do. Okay. So analyzing your inventory, do we think green light on that one? There's some good ways you can use it for that.
I mean, I think it's just uploading, right? Like you gotta feed it data. I think it's more powerful, like I said. I mean, right now it's probably vague now because you haven't uploaded something, but if you've uploaded data, I think that's gonna be good. I think the overpriced, underpriced, that's kind of like, for me, that's a pipe dream so far because it is limited to what it could scour.
And all of this is like obviously given that it will even like be accurate.
Well, because it can only ping the souls on eBay for so much.
Yeah.
So eBay has a blocker for that. Unless it's API integrated, it cannot really see the whole. It can't even see the whole 90 days. But what people have done is they have to feed it the 90 days, right?
Yeah.
So
right.
then it becomes really. You could be really vague. For example, like typing Nike, and then scraping the whole Nike catalog and then putting it on chat. Then it could analyze for you. But at the end of the day, like, like, I think that's where the human skill still is, on identifying the inventory. Because like it cannot predict. I don't think it can predict well enough.
Oh, well, we'll see if it says that it can later.
Oh, we'll see.
Yeah, right. You can't believe everything it tells you,
Oh, yeah,
obviously.
100%.
Yeah, or what it says it can do. I have also run in circles with ChatGPT where it's like, leading me on down this long road, and at the end it's like, I can't actually do that. You need to do that in like Python or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Why did you tell me you could do
Yeah,
it?
like
You
I don't
can't
have
do it?
access to it or something.
Or like
that.
doesn't have that kind of capability, right?
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
are you kidding me? Anyway, here nor there. But okay, so so number 1 was analyzing inventory. Number 2 was improving listings. And I want to hear your take on this, but
Okay.
I feel like my initial reaction to this one was like, yeah, this seems like already kind of built into the platforms, and I don't know if there's any point. But
For
I
improving
want to
listing.
Yes. So, for
Yeah.
example, instead of just rewriting titles, I can evaluate keyword quality, title structure, photo
Mm-hmm.
order, item specifics, pricing, and shipping choices. What do you think about that?
I think it's very helpful for a new category that you're not familiar with.
Oh,
I think,
okay.
I've used this before. For example, like I've been really familiar with athletic apparel and athletic shoes, footwear.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found some work boots. Now all of a sudden, new category, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they search it, right? Like, do they put steel toe first? Do they put
Right.
the rating, right? Like, is it like electrical? Like, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
But what it did is I took the photo of the shoe and the tag, and then I said, and I said new item, and it gave me the title, which was maxing out 80 characters. And
Right.
it created the order, right? So, like, for me, I probably would have ran out of words to say.
Yeah, like what is this?
Right.
What's,
Or like
what's relevant?
Or
yeah.
the hierarchy of search. That one they did it, and then it spit out a few sold listings of the item, and gave me a price recommendation saying like, okay, if you want to sell it at this, it might sell within 90 days, but if you want to move it faster, it will be this. So that was helpful.
Yeah.
So I think for somebody that, I think it's a good polish, right? For example, like even somebody that has done it for so long, I think it actually kind of like hurt us, because if we've structured a title like this for so long, and search change and then the ranking change on the words that the first 3 to 5 words have flipped or have changed,
Right.
we wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Like the most searched words, the keyword, like you said, the keyword, I think that's very helpful. Item specifics, I don't think it changes much, right?
Yeah.
Like, you just have to put in the facts, and then the rest are just whatever. Shoot your shot. What's the theme? Disney.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
But also,
what's
too,
the character?
yeah, but also that's us like just thinking, getting stuck at eBay sphere. But
Right.
if you look at Poshmark and Depop, they could care less.
Right. And
They-
that
they-
might be more like keyword tags and stuff.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
other
yeah.
platforms. It's not as
Yeah.
much like a million item specific.
Yeah, and because I don't know, maybe because they don't have, yeah, like you said, they don't have a million item specifics. I feel like their algorithm's better. Because I've searched
What an
X
interesting
amount of stuff.
observation.
I've searched stuff for myself, and the next thing you know, it just starts spitting out stuff that are relevant to me
yeah.
and in my size, which
Yeah.
was really smart.
Yeah.
And that's what I noticed on Depop mostly. But yeah, I think going back to your initial question about like, I think the title structure, it could definitely help. In newer categories, and also like kind of like retraining yourself again to see
Yeah.
if the way you're structuring stuff is still relevant.
Yeah. Maybe kind of a refresher in a way.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, maybe there's a little more there than I initially thought, but I don't think that would be my top priority. As far as asking, for
Task.
assistance with tasks. Yeah.
Yeah.
The third one is pricing analysis, and it had some surprising tasks filed under pricing analysis, I thought.
Right.
So I also love that. I love the little comments and like implications of some of the connective tissue language in this output, right? So it says, given enough data, I can
Right.
find things like X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
But the things that it says under pricing analysis are brands where you're consistently pricing too low. I don't think that's a problem for me. I don't have too many brands that are just flying off the shelf
Yeah.
consistently. Categories, whole categories where you overprice. Optimal markdown timing. Thought that one was interesting. Average ASP by category, which I think would be super helpful.
Right.
And then inventory aging, which sounds kind of vague. I don't know what that one means.
Well, I think it's just
This is old.
yeah.
Thanks, I know. Like, why? How is that helpful?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is, I don't know who I said it to, but I said like I want to like go to school for figure out how to integrate AI on more task driven, right? Because currently right now it's you feed it data,
Yeah.
right, and then it feeds out to you. But there's definitely a lot of integrations that are available now that
Right. Like, actually go do this for me.
right that it actually does, and
Yeah.
and Sneakers Envy is actually doing that.
I'm
now.
not surprised to hear that at all.
But like I want it like to be integrated more on my process. For example, like, hey, like put this listing live, right? Like put this listing live and price it as what you know.
Yeah.
But obviously there's need to be a lot more tie into, integration to the platform where
Right, to be
it
able
has
to do
read
that.
it, right? For example, like
Yeah.
90 days, like right now, if we're just basing off eBay's 90 days sold, there's gonna be so many winter apparels that are gonna be priced for $20
Right.
because nothing has sold for like the
Yeah.
last 90 days on winter is the worst 90 days you can look at.
Right, right.
So
And yet, this is when you should be pumping that stuff into your
Right,
store
right,
because Q4 is around the corner.
So I think there's that side of it, but I think that titling, there's a lot of features available now, and different software that you upload a photo and then it searches title.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is pretty good. I was able to figure out taking a photo of like the rough photo of the outside and then the tags, and it created a CSV format listing for me that's ready to upload on eBay.
Okay. So that's one way that it's almost integrated, but not quite.
Right. You still have to manually upload it, right?
Yeah.
So it's funny because we've done it for so long, even though that's faster.
Yeah.
We feel like mentally it's slower.
Yeah.
Because now it's just, like something in the back of your head is like, oh, I didn't make this, so I gotta double check everything.
Oh, for sure. Well, I mean, it's not something in the back of your head even. It's like all the mistakes you see it constantly making. Like, for me, it's not accurate hardly ever.
Yeah,
on the first try without any corrections.
Yeah. Like, you gotta train it, right? But
Yeah.
even up to a point when it's on point and dialed. Because, okay, put it this way, right? So I could bulk draft 20 items at a time, because it can only let me upload 20 photos at a time. And then it gives me a CSV. I could upload it on my eBay, and it gives me 20 drafts. Now I'm feeling like, oh, this is such a bottleneck because I cannot take 20 items of photos that quick.
Right.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the process for me is like, okay, I eliminated the drafting side of things. Now I'm overwhelmed and swamped in the taking photo side.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking about the whole process, right? If you speed up one process, you're just moving the bottleneck to the next door, to the next department.
Okay,
So,
put a pin in that.
yeah.
Put a pin in that.
Okay,
idea.
okay.
That's great. So I think, like, just to close out this pricing analysis one, I think that markdown timing and the average ASP by category is really interesting. Because currently, I don't know if there's really good analytics on that, even on eBay, for like your ASP by category. I don't think that's...
You can if you go to product research and you type the brand
But
in
your
the item.
own sales off of your
Oh,
own...
no, not with your own.
Yeah, that's
oh,
what I'm
not
saying.
with your own. Yeah.
So, like, and I don't know, this is interesting to me. This kind of ties into the next one, so I'll get back to that. But basically, the next one is number 4 is building sourcing intelligence. And again, this whole area is one that I'm more excited about. But it says, it starts off, imagine feeding me every purchase for the last 3 years. Okay, well, that sounds a little greedy, like
yeah.
fantasizing over here
Right,
about being fed, all the purchases for the last 3 years. Not sales, but purchases. But, this is something that I do. I actually could feed it all of my purchases with all my sourcing information from my own spreadsheets.
Right. 'Cause
Where
you
it tells
track
you
yeah.
where I got it, how much I paid for it. And then, I could also feed it the solds, and so it could see like which of those things sold or whatever. I have a sold spreadsheet that I work off of when I'm shipping. So
What are you waiting for?
I know. Well, here's the thing, Ken. When I wrote and released a book in 2020, I did all of this data analysis like in a data analysis software and produced a bunch of like
results.
if you've seen my book, I've got all the tables and charts and outputs like in there.
I saw the part of your
those.
presentation where you did on eBay that
Right.
you brought that out. Yeah.
Yes, but it is so crazy to me now to think
It's so quick.
Man, I'm so glad I kept tracking all of that information for the
Yeah.
last 6 years since I did that analysis because now how much faster could AI do that for me, where I don't have to get into a statistical data analysis program to figure
Just
out
upload the CSV.
what my best sources are.
Right.
It's kind of amazing. So I'm really excited about this one. But yeah, there are things that I track, like which category or which source it came from, that isn't like, it's my own categories. It's not the eBay categories.
Right.
And, it's my own categories that hold true across platforms at this point. That's important too, because I'm not just on one platform anymore. So anyway, it says that it could build, if you had that kind of information, like about sourcing and cost of goods and whatever, it says, imagine feeding me every purchase for the last 3 years. I could answer things like, which auction companies produce the highest ROI? That'd be helpful for me, because I go to auctions from maybe about, 7 to 10 different little local auction companies. Right. And maybe some of them have better stuff than others on average. Like, that'd be good to know.
But that's your eye, though.
Huh?
That was your eye. It's judging your eye.
It is, but also I think it's like I can tell that there are patterns about that with my own eye.
Right.
Like even to the point that there's a couple of those companies that I'm like, yeah, they're last on my list. If nobody else has anything good, then I might go look at their auction, because there's usually nothing.
Right.
And I have to sit there and look through, 500 lots, and I know that I'm probably not going to see anything really worth driving to go get, or whatever. But anyway, that was an interesting one. Which thrift stores have the best sell-through? Like which items, you're getting fast sell-through items from which sources, which categories make the most money, and even which day of the week I should source. I think the answer to that is every day of the week.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I think what it would spew out on me on that, it's preference.
Yeah, right.
Because, right, like, obviously Monday's not going to be your strongest, because Monday you are actually shipping.
Yep.
Right? Like, weekends are not, I don't do much on weekends.
Yep.
But at one point, weekends was it.
Yeah.
So I've fed it receipts before when I'm doing like bulk purchases, to just get a quick what do you call that, to get a quick retail versus what I actually paid and averages.
Yeah.
So it's very helpful during that.
Yeah, that is helpful
for that stuff. Yeah.
So I think that I was surprised actually with that idea of building sourcing intelligence, that there weren't more things under that heading, because I think there's a lot more sourcing implications.
Well, I think that's given because you have more data.
Well, yeah, but
right, like,
it doesn't really know that. Like, it's just giving me
it rings
ideas.
the bell for you because you have data, but for me it doesn't matter.
Right.
Because,
but yeah, I mean, it can't
could
maybe
tell me
analyze
where I haven't checked yet, I guess.
Yeah, well, maybe not based on the source, but you could still have a lot of sourcing insights about the items or about other behaviors and, I don't know, parameters around sourcing. Okay, so the next one it said is business dashboards. And it says, rather than looking at your spreadsheets, I can summarize weekly performance, monthly trends, year-over-year comparison, sell-through, and listing productivity into plain English.
Yeah.
Do you think that'd be helpful?
Yeah.
Did you actually do that?
I've made it make charts before.
Okay.
But
do you remember what you wanted it to do that for? Like, were you trying to answer a specific question?
No, I was just getting ready to meet with people that I needed to know my numbers, and I'm wanting to find out what theirs are. Kind of like, like coffee shop with somebody in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and also, it's kind of like I usually do that end of the year. Also, that's the other time, just kind of evaluate half the year, end of the year. I usually go do it. And then after like a quarter, I could feed it the last 90 days and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, and also, like, remember when we were asked about international shipping? So, I think you were there when I did it.
Yeah.
About kind of like asking.
Yeah, it was in Germany, right? Like, trying to figure out which countries you'd shipped into how many times over the past year or 6 months or something.
I have to figure out where it was.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because that's another thing that it's not easy to just find a stat for that in our dashboard on eBay.
Yeah,
It doesn't really tell you.
Yeah, so I guess that'll be a good, right? Like, what are stats that are not available on eBay? Feed it to me.
Yeah, for sure. That might be an interesting question. Just see what it comes out with.
Yeah.
Okay, another one. I feel like this was kind of a bonus one because this doesn't have directly to do with my actual reselling core business.
Okay.
But it was social media. And this is, of course, something that I am probably the most hesitant to use it for because I don't like the idea of it doing any kind of heavy lifting of creative work.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the things it says it can help with are reels, scripts, captions. That's funny, scripts, because I love scripts. Captions, hooks, content calendars, campaign ideas, and analytics summaries without everything sounding AI generated. And to that I say, yeah, right.
Well, it depends on...
I don't believe you.
That's where the human touch, because AI has helped me so much with scripting and staying on track on the topic, because I feel like my personality in a camera could be very vloggy, but if I'm trying to, I'm like, I could show you my whole day, I don't have issue, but if I need to nail down a certain topic, I've used it so much, but I've used it to a point where it's the skeleton, right? Creative, I like asking its creative flares.
I like it for like ideas. Like give me like a jumping off point.
Yeah, but also too, I'm not so hip on the current.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Like there's been a lot of times where my sister, she's 18 years younger than me, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of times she's like, oh, so millennial. And I'm like, what's millennial about it? And then she shows me somebody that I follow. I was like, look, how far off are you from this?
Yeah.
I'm like, gosh. You know? And there are times that I'm trying to like emphasize something, but for the new standard of social media and reels, it was like 2 seconds. I'm like, wait, I wanted 10 seconds out of that.
Yeah, right. No,
that's why your reels are much longer than usual.
Yeah.
Because I think that's how people really see it. Like, I think it's great for long form when you actually truly want to explain. Like, for example, podcast. I don't think you can AI podcast.
The whole thing, no.
Right? Like because, like, the flair is so different. But, like, if we AI what we're talking about, we'd be done in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Be super efficient.
Yeah.
Forget that. Who wants that?
Yeah. Who wants efficiency?
Oh, man. It's boring at a certain point, right?
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. I had really mixed feelings about that one. Like, sometimes I'm racking my brain for a caption or whatever, but I feel like even, like, I don't know. All of that stuff, to me, most of that stuff with social media, like, that's the fast, easy part. It's, like, executing and editing it and, that's, like, this is not the part that would really save me any time. And if anything, maybe this is just the way that I generally, conceptualize using social media. But, like, if it's not, like, a creative outlet for me, then I'm not really paying attention to it anyway. So I don't have, like, some mandate of how much I need to post or anything. I don't care about any of that. Like, when I'm doing it, it's because I want to do something creative. And so
that's true.
Kind of taking up all the parts of it that are like that. I don't know. Yeah. It doesn't seem like it would be very helpful.
I think me,
personally.
For task, if it's a task driven social media, I think it's more on point for me to have a lot more guardrails. Yeah. But if it's for just creative work, for whether it hits or not, it's just an outlet, right? Yeah. It's kind of, for me, that's cooking. Like, if you tell me to follow a recipe, golly, it'd probably be good, but I wouldn't taste it as good if I actually did it freestyle. Yeah. That's it for me. Like, if there was one thing that I haven't used AI, it's cooking. Yeah. Huh. That's
so
weird.
Funny because I have a friend that uses it all the time if she needs a recipe. No. And some of the stuff that she has been able to make and then replicate over and over, it's become her go-to stuff. it's
Yeah.
so good,
It's good.
and
Right.
it's really cool. It's cool to see how it can kind of like swap out ingredients or whatever.
But
and
that's
like,
kind of like grandma's
s-
recipe, though.
yeah, you still
That's-
have to tweak it too.
But
and
that's
like,
how I see how grandma's
Yeah.
recipe. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, I love my grandma's, but like being so, I guess, too attached to just that one recipe at that point is like it's not yours, so it's grandma's. And
yeah,
and don't, some people it's like, oh, this is passed down recipe, like great, but like if it's
Yeah.
good, it's good. It don't matter whose recipe it was. It could be ChatGPT's
I know.
recipe.
I'm like
But-
terrible. I mean, I love cooking. I am a terrible recipe follower. I almost
I
cannot
always edit.
follow
I always
one.
add
Me
something.
too. Me too.
But I feel like
it's better.
but following recipe and adding and subtracting, I feel like there's higher chance of it going bad
Then just
going
winging
south.
it.
instead of winging it, because at that point
Well,
you
you
don't
have a lot of cooking experience, so
that too, right? Like for example, like adding different kind of cheeses.
Yeah.
Like this would make it more tangy. This would make it more creamy, right? And if you're following a set recipe and you edit one of that, it could go the other way.
yeah,
Right? It could, if you add more of these, it would be salty. If you add more of this, it would be creamy. And
Yeah.
all it takes is a really salty dish to turn south, and all of a sudden it's like, this is
Yeah,
bad.
you can't
you,
unsalt that
You can't
sucker.
unsalt something, right? So
I've done that before with chicken noodle soup. It was
yeah, I mean,
Tragic.
and so that's why I feel like it's always like adding taste.
yeah,
That's until like, which is I will hopefully it will be in our lifetime that there'll be a taste or smell that could be fed into
here,
um,
achieve this.
right.
That's hilarious.
I think because I'm just gonna bring my phone. I'm gonna go to the most expensive restaurant and I'm just gonna order what I want, and then just like a spoonful, I'm just gonna dump it to my device.
You let me know how that works out.
Huh?
Let me know how that works out.
That, and then obviously I think the other side of that, I mean, going back to like inventory and everything like that,
Yeah.
is I wish there would be more video integration.
Mm-hmm.
Or I mean, like photos are great, but imagine like if you like if you're buying 50 items, that's 50 photos.
Yeah.
It feels like it's a more repetitive job because you're gonna take photos of it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So now it's another layer. But
Yeah,
I feel like
That does
Go
make
ahead.
me think of all the sneaker guys that have like their shoes on a lazy Susan. It's like you could just be like, wee, just spin
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, like
I
that.
would totally do that.
right? Or like even because like me and JC kind of like, if shoes are on the racks, I would just take a photo of it and then it would feed me like, okay, this is what you got.
Yeah.
But a video would be so much faster.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's actually feeding the information, because like then if you're videoing it, then you're uploading such a big file, which is I just want to put video railings on my basement.
Yeah.
That it would just have trackers.
Yeah.
That
That's
it would just,
creepy.
like, be like, hey, you sold this. It would just do a laser pointer. It's here for fulfillment.
Yeah.
Hopefully it will be there. Hopefully.
I mean, I love how you're thinking about it. It's definitely next level. I think it sounds a little insane, but who knows? Probably in like a year that'll be totally normal.
Right.
You're a visionary, so that's fine.
We have self-driving cars now, Anna.
I know.
No
So,
drive-
oh,
we
I've
have
been in
Waymos.
them.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
bizarre. Super bizarre. Okay, so there are some other little improvements, but let's run back through these five areas of task, and I just want you to tell me green, yellow, or red light.
Okay.
Okay. So the first one was analyzing your inventory.
Green.
I say green also. Second one, improving your listings.
Yeah, yellow.
I say red. I can't be
Okay.
bothered with that. I mean, outside of what's already built into like
Right.
the platforms and my cross list, I think there's enough in there. I don't think I need to
Right.
bring it into ChatGPT.
Okay.
Okay. Number 3, pricing analysis. Green or red or yellow?
Yellow.
Mine's green.
Okay.
I like that average ASP by category. I really want to check that out. But again, that'd be based on my own data
Right, based on your own
So,
category.
yeah.
Yeah.
and my own like
It'd be too
sourcing.
vague for like, because if I'm thinking
Yeah.
about it, like there's a $20 retail shorts and there's a $150 retail shorts,
Yes.
and even at sourcing product sourcing, eBay's product research tool, they still can't get it right.
Well, and right. That's
And they
part
have
of
all
it.
the data.
I think, and again, this is sort of given that the results would be accurate and therefore helpful, but I think that might be especially helpful, like breaking it down across platforms, because the same item sells for different price points on different platforms.
Yeah.
So knowing like where to put
I
it,
agree.
you know, I think that could,
Yeah,
like more about that would be helpful.
Yeah, the platforms need to open up more.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, like, I cannot just tell my chat to say, like, hey, scour Depop and see if they have a large shorts. But it's a real gap,
Yeah.
right? Like, for example, like, there are certain sizes that are not available on each platform that
Right.
that
would be a no-brainer if you knew
3x.
about it. Yeah.
I mean, that happens on Goat. Like, a size 9 is 150 and a size 9.5 is 300.
For sure.
So, but again, it's platform dependent if they're gonna allow somebody to query it.
Yeah. The next one is building sourcing intelligence.
I think that could be a good idea. I mean,
Green light?
At the end of the day, because our time is limited, especially if you have the data to upload, for example, like you,
Yeah.
and you say like, I only have 3 hours to source this week.
Right.
It would
Where should I spend it?
Yeah, it would. I think that is one way of a data-driven,
Yeah.
highest ROI in your time,
Love
which a lot of entrepreneurs are terrible at it because we're so built.
And so we're so emotional.
It's more we're romantic to the.
That's emotional.
That's true.
That's limbic system stuff, Ken.
It's called
Irrational.
more like emotional damage.
Yeah, right. Emotional.
We're so
damage.
emotionally damaged and attached to.
It's our attachment style.
Yeah.
That's what it all boils down to, y'all. Okay, so but for you personally, not having the data that I have per se, is building sourcing intelligence green, yellow, or red light for you?
Yellow.
Okay.
It could be a helpful tool, but
Okay,
not
and then the
really.
last one was business dashboards. So like,
green. I think it's green.
okay, for me that one's yellow.
Huh.
Maybe if I didn't have any sourcing intelligence data, I would green light that one.
Especially, well, I think it's only yellow for you because you're so hesitant of uploading your data.
Well, it's just I
If
feel
you've,
like all the things it recommends, I'm like, I feel like I can already look at my own spreadsheet and immediately know all of
But
that
it could
stuff.
make it prettier for you. It could make it
Yeah.
right because again,
Well, I said yellow. Okay, I didn't say red.
no. I'm saying
I
a
might
lot.
get
Again,
around
this
to
is
it.
going back to the entrepreneur mindset. You're the
Yeah.
only one that sees it anyway. But
Yeah,
for
true.
me, like the only reason why I think that way because if I show it to JC, if it's a different side of layout, should understand it better because she
Yeah.
doesn't see spreadsheet, she sees pie chart. You know,
Right.
like
Uh-huh.
I
Oh yeah,
think
for
that-
sure. Data
I think-
visualization is super
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
powerful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the bonus round here is kind of the huge time savers. They don't necessarily make more money directly, but they will save a lot of time. So these are ones we haven't talked about yet. I
Okay.
know you've used it for this one. And I would love for you to say my favorite quote that you use now with buyer inquiries or buyer offers that are low, if you know what I'm talking about. But basically, the first one is answering buyer messages. You can paste the message in and it will draft a professional response.
Every time.
Yeah,
Every
you love
time.
this one. This is your highest form of entertainment for yourself,
Is
I
that
think.
my highest form of entertainment and speed?
Yeah.
Like speed, like screenshot it, put it there. Because I have a business, I guess a customer service response and copy paste, especially on a more complex
Yeah.
kind of wording, right? Like for example, like I'm sorry, I don't have this.
Yep.
It stings so much more to the customer if you just say that because you're incompetent. But if you say it in a way like, I'm sorry, there's been inventory issues in our department, or
Right. It's like butter it up a little bit.
yeah, and be
That's
like,
funny.
as a replacement, I can give you this X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
That one, oh my, because it searches my store
Yeah, that's
to
super
find what's a
helpful.
black shorts in medium.
Yeah. And this is okay. I actually love that suggestion because that's more than just drafting the response. That's like finding a solution.
Yes.
And if
yes.
you people, eBay sellers, listen up. This is like one of the best ways to protect your seller metrics because of course stuff happens, right? But if you can't find something that's sold, if you tell the buyer, "Hey, I'm so sorry, whatever, I don't have this thing. Can I offer you this other item instead?" Or even if you don't have another item instead, "Can I offer you 20% off of anything else at a similar price point in my store?" And they say, no thanks, just refund it. Guess what? The buyer requested that cancellation. And then it doesn't hurt your freaking store metrics, guys. And it's honest because you offered them something in exchange.
That's why my metrics are perfect, everybody.
That's right.
That's why.
So ChatGPT can help you with that. But I love that, Ken. I've never thought of that. Like scouring your store for what's a good replacement item.
Because I used to find it, right? Like it takes time. Like
it does.
It literally
I do
takes
that too.
5 minutes.
It's
5
like
to
here's
10
the
minutes.
same thing in a different color, or here's like another same color but a different thing, but it's in your size still, or whatever. Yeah, if it's clothing.
And then it gives
that's a good tip.
And what I've trained it to, it's give options like A, B, C option.
Yeah.
That way it's way faster and easier for the customer to respond. If the customer respond A, you know what to do.
Because what's more annoying than being told, "Hey, I mean,
you don't have it, and then I have to scour your store."
Now you have to go waste your time looking through and not find anything. I mean, that's why offering a specific item is better in my opinion than just like a % off of anything else.
Yeah.
Because then they have to, let me go look at what else
and
you
then
might or
like
might not have.
Like a 10% off for your future purchase. I have that too.
That's nice too.
Something like that.
For your troubles.
Yeah, and you can make it like a formal English.
Okay, yes, I was gonna say you also love to sometimes send snarky responses in Elizabethan English, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
But also, my favorite thing that you adopted ever since the GameStop offer to buy eBay, and eBay's response was that they find your offer neither. Remember what it is? Neither credible nor attractive.
Attractive.
Right? Isn't that what it is?
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah. So
you've actually said that to people.
So, or I've had it in layman's term is like, you lying and you ugly.
Right. You lying and you
offer
ugly.
is lying and ugly.
Yeah. Terrible. We don't advise that.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, that is a huge time saver potentially.
No, I was going to say that
and mental
saves
energy,
me the most
guys.
time.
Mental energy is also a limited resource that we all have.
I truly think it saves me 30 minutes a day. At least, because we just did it today. I mean, we did it yesterday. Like I do it almost every other day now to like have some like like the combined shipping, right?
Oh yeah.
eBay still don't have that, right? So my assistant knows that and what to do. And I always say like, okay, give $5 off. Okay, and then it just, in a lot of it, like you said, it's mental energy. It's not, time is one, but it's the juice.
Yes.
The juice. You gotta protect the juice.
Preserve all that internal resources.
I don't have to, don't make me decide on something that, one, it's not probably even gonna sell.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I was in a battle with a guy from Japan last night.
Oh man.
And you know how like, okay, reprice both items to $60 and I'll buy both, right?
Okay.
Reprice it. All of a sudden my automatic offers sent him 5% off. And he's like, "Wait, will you honor 57?" I'm like, you agreed to 60 each already, and then now you want me to edit?
No.
I'm like,
hard
and
pass.
I said, no. I said, you honor the offer, or I'm not gonna sell to you.
Yep.
But for me, that took way more juice out of me that I should have just screenshotted it and made my assistant do it. But I guess I made ChatGPT sleep already. That was my mind falling asleep already, not thinking that I didn't have to battle with him. Yeah. And so,
you're just no.
Yeah, I just say, no, I'm not going to sell.
Which I will say, I've always tried to err on the side of, like, really direct and simple responses
Yeah.
for the most part, because that seems like safer in a way and more professional, I guess. But that's because I don't have it in me to create a flowery, overly optimistic response when I'm annoyed about something.
Which you
So-
are a lot with your customers.
Yes, for sure. And like if AI can like take on that
Yeah,
emotional load
exactly.
for me and still produce something that ultimately is going to be a better
Yeah.
experience for the buyer, I do ultimately want that.
Yeah, I like I like sending flowers instead of farts.
Right.
You know, farts.
However,
flowers over farts.
just kidding.
Yeah. So
Great. That's your new slogan.
that's a new slogan. That's a shirt right there. Flowers
right.
over farts.
There's a few more of these. So, you know, as per usual, ChatGPT's response is a little verbose. There's a little too much going on, but we'll hit a couple more of these for fun. So, answering buyer messages, writing listing descriptions, I'm throwing that one right out the window because that one is so
trash.
built in already.
We don't need
And honestly, if it was something extremely special, it's
eBay can do it.
yes, and it basically is like, oh, I especially recommend this for like antiques and historical items where a little storytelling goes a long way. And it's like, yeah, that's a quick route to an INAD because you can't just like make stuff up about this
Yeah,
item
you can't
because
say
it's
this
old.
was somebody's grandmother. Yada
Yes,
yada yada.
right. It's like, no, stay away from that.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, be
okay.
factual. I think
Yes.
if there was a thing.
Creating inventory systems is the next one. And I will say I'm pretty much locked in with my inventory system. So for me personally, I'm throwing this one out the window. But if you don't have one, then oh my gosh, yes, please get an inventory
think
system.
I'm agreeing on that because I change everything every year,
Yeah.
basically. But it's not changing; it's improving. So I think that's one. Like I've even used the layout feature now in Mockup, and as far as like giving me recommendations about how much I can fit in a corner or in a rack,
Yeah.
that's been helpful because transitioning to, I cannot estimate yet how much room it takes compared to shoe boxes. Shoe boxes is pretty easy.
Yeah.
But if I have 100 pair of shorts, I don't know, and I cannot envision how many bins that it could fit. So I think that's very helpful for more for like layout and storage, but also for process, like you said. If you don't have a strict inventory flow system yet,
Yeah.
I think you could start there, and
Yeah.
then you could kind of like build upon, which I think AI is still very helpful for that.
Yeah. I mean, that's a very like structured,
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like that's something you could mostly trust like the output,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. I mean, like it will make sense, right? Like it's easy to tell
Yeah.
if it's doable or not.
I thought this was interesting. Another one was shipping optimization, and it cited things like items that cost too much to ship, opportunities for calculated shipping versus flat rate,
Yeah.
what should go ground advantage, what should go freight, and I honestly just feel like there's not much there. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Unless you're shipping something that you haven't shipped before, right?
Yeah.
I think you could ask it.
Yeah,
like,
but
for
that's not
example,
like
like-
analyzing your whole inventory and how
No,
you should ship
it's more
it.
like per listing, right? That's when
Yeah.
listing optimization comes. Like, okay, I'm selling a
Yeah.
TV. Like how should I ship it? I think
Right.
that's when it comes in handy.
Yeah, for sure.
But not auditing your all.
Right.
I mean, if
And
at
that's
this
kind of
point-
what it was saying. Like, I'm going to identify these different things within
yeah,
the
at
whole
this point, if
inventory.
you don't
I
know,
feel like-
then
yeah,
it's
I don't
really
like
your
that one.
fault.
The next one, however, I love because I've actually sat down and started to work on this at different times. And I was actually thinking once I'm done writing my follow-up book, which I'm working on this year, I want to do this and have it in writing because I think it's important for even like, I don't know, like having employees or having anyone fill in for me or whatever. At this point, I'm out on a limb because if I was like suddenly incapacitated, like there are so many things that'd be confusing to someone else, even though I have good systems in place. But this one is creating a standard operating procedure manual
handbook,
for your
yeah.
store. Yeah. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm so doing that. Like, and
Yeah.
here's what I'm going to do because I do like writing, but I am just going to take my phone and the ChatGPT app, and I'm going to dictate every single thing that I'm doing for every single process, and I'm going to brain dump the location of everything and how to log into it and how to whatever. Like, I'm going to do that when my book is done, I think.
Yeah, I talk to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's very good. I mean, I can even tell, like, hold on, I'm talking to somebody else, you know?
Yeah. But what do you
I-
think about that? Like, because obviously JC knows
No,
basically
yeah, 100%
similar
no.
or exactly what you know. So, like, she, unless you both were incapacitated.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, like, I think
she
it's
would
the
be
same thing when
obviously-
we trained our shipper.
Right.
I think it was pretty easy. It's just a matter of understanding where to look on
Yeah.
the SKU and where it's located.
Right.
And I think that's when it happens on the layout too, on the mock-up, right? Like,
Yeah.
like I'm thinking already, I could have like a fourth, like, remember Alec Larson? He had like a.
I do remember Alec Larson. I love that guy.
No, remember he had a what do you call that? How to ship process that he.
Yes, he had a
printed
flow
out.
chart.
He had a flow
Yes.
chart, right?
For his shippers, yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Iconic.
Yeah, I think we could do that. Like, we could just say, like,
Yeah.
hey, based on,
Right. It's like, how do you make decisions?
yeah,
how do
like,
you,
like that one
to
is.
what extent do you clean a shoe and what products
Yeah.
do you use? Like,
Yeah.
there's so many things you could.
Yeah, like
include.
we've created so many rules. Like, if it's
Right.
anything under $30, it doesn't have to be double bag.
Right.
Like, if it's without box and it's sub $75, it needs to go here. Those nuances that seem automatic to us is not
Yeah.
automatic to somebody.
Right.
that
And there's
takes over.
so many things like that once you
Yeah.
really get to thinking about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a great one, I think. This cracked me up because it said money making analysis, and its little commentary was, these are where the data starts becoming interesting. It's like, oh, finally it's getting interesting after like this ginormous
Right.
response. Like, finally we're at the interesting part. But basically, this is where it's claiming to predict things, Ken. What will likely sell through in 90 days? That's what it was saying it could tell me. I'm like, that
Red
is
flag.
interesting. The claim that you can do that is interesting. I don't know if I believe it.
It's a red flag unless you have the last year's data plugged
Yeah, true.
in, right? 'Cause-
I did really like one other thing kind of related to financial analysis, which is an ROI analysis. The return on your time per hour per category. So, like, processing vintage lamps, you make an average of $80 an hour. Processing shorts, it's $5 an hour or whatever, right?
Right.
I think that could be interesting too in terms of being able to somehow factor in if you're tracking your time. So the things you need to know, right,
Yeah.
are the items, what they sell for, and how much time you're putting into them. Because
Or
maybe you're doing way too much elbow grease on a not very valuable category, right?
100%. I think that's
Another
somebody.
interesting sourcing insight, basically.
Yeah, or also like listed value. Like, you did after a full day of work, your listed value only grew $500.
Yeah, that's not good, fam.
Right? Like,
Unless you're just starting and that's your first day.
yeah. Yeah, but if you're but you got to think, like, are you replenishing your store? And if you're not replenishing your store, your AI analysis should say, like, yo, you're bleeding inventory because you cannot keep up.
Right.
So I think that I mean, I think that's a really good I don't know what would it would be called, but I feel like currently I have different different boxes that it's tasked to do.
Yeah.
But I still don't know how it could all kind of like can I have a Ken 2.0 or a Ken AI that like, cuz like a lot of people have said that, right? Like, you could dump I don't know if that's the process that I want to get into one day, that it knows my habits on how I take care of my fish in my aquarium and how I ship.
Yeah.
Because currently right now they're two different things.
I would also like it to know how I clean my bathrooms. And,
Yeah.
scoop the cat's litter box.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh no.
Oh no, it's the worst. Okay.
Then it'll be somebody annoying to remind us, oh, last week you did this, but why you're not doing it this week? I'm
Rude.
bro.
Because I'm not a robot. That's my answer. Okay. I love this idea of ROI, of course. So that one was kind of like ROI on our time. But there's also ways to look at ROI on your storage space, right? Your per cubic foot value or whatever across categories or products. You could also look at like more of a kind of time, but also like a labor analysis. Like, okay, well, this item takes a long time to pack up for shipping, or it takes a long time to clean it, or whatever. That can help you identify like bottlenecks, right? I feel like I don't know if I have trouble identifying bottlenecks. I think I'm hypersensitive to bottlenecks because they drive me nuts. So I don't know if I need help identifying them.
Yeah, it's more like I need labor.
Yeah, right.
I need labor hours instead of bottlenecks, right? Because unless you are at a zero sum, there's no point of making something more efficient.
Yeah.
Because most of the time you're still catching up.
Yeah. Yeah. Another area it talked about was creative uses, just broadly creative uses. I thought these were hilarious. Some of them make no sense to me. It says, first of all, these are just fun. So says you, ChatGPT.
Okay.
Generate historical descriptions. Again, red flag on that one, I think.
Trash.
Create auction previews.
Trash.
Yeah, that's not relevant. Writing newsletters could be, because if you send out a newsletter with a coupon on eBay.
Man, nobody reads that.
Right, but you could. This one was completely out of left field. Create scavenger hunts. Like, for what? For who?
For yourself. Like, it's just like
you
you're
can't
just
find
so
an item?
bored. You're
Yeah.
so bored.
You're
or
so bored
not.
because AI is doing all of your tasks for
Yeah,
you.
right.
You know what? Go find this thing without knowing the inventory, like,
Yeah.
location. Okay. Design booth signage. Okay, cool, but we don't have booths. Although if we did Seller Club booths anywhere, we might potentially use it for that. Make printable price tags. Again, don't need that. Create social media graphics. We've already been over that. Write podcast outlines in your dreams, ChatGPT.
Yeah.
No, I actually don't mind using it for an outline, but I always edit it. It's like recipes, right? It's like,
Yeah.
you're not going to do it as is. Generate YouTube ideas or repurpose Instagram content. So I don't know. I don't think any of those are really that fun.
I think one of the things I want
Mostly
to
not
add
useful.
is that it helped me a lot is costing.
What do you mean?
Basically like pricing out things. It's helped me a lot. Like you know, like buying stuff that you don't buy a lot but changes, right? For example, like a 3-inch tape, 3-inch
Okay.
wide tape. I use eBay tape a lot because it's free and subscription.
Yep.
But I sell stuff on platforms that I don't use it. So
I still use it because I'm cheeky.
yeah, I pay it quarterly, right? I pay it quarterly or stuff like that.
Yeah.
I buy it quarterly. So I
Like
run
plain
it through
tape.
chat. Yeah, say like where's the cheapest.
Yeah.
And it's always been different stores. Like sometimes it's Amazon, Walmart, Home Depot, Staples, Office Depot. So I get it from all over the place.
Yeah.
So like asking it to buy, like I buy it, I use it when I'm buying shelving racks. It has saved a ton of money.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that seems really helpful. That's not even something it said that it could do. So that's a good one. I just think...
I haven't told your chat that it can do it.
Right, so it doesn't know. I mean, I haven't really told it that much. So I felt like there was a good amount of like actually helpful suggestions in here for the amount that I have not used it. You know?
I think it was very tailored to what you haven't used it for.
Right. Perfect. I do think like for anybody listening, I mean, this was fun because I knew you've been using it for more things than me. So it's cool to hear like the difference, I guess.
Right.
Hopefully you got some new ideas though. Do you think there's anything you heard in this that immediately jumped out to you?
I think it's more like the data driven stuff. I think I think I just need to use it more often on those departments. For example, like feeding it my quarterly, right? Like the last time I did it was in June.
Right.
It's already August. So I think maybe creating a schedule, maybe asking it to create a schedule for, like after a while, if you've done something for so long, you say you do it like in a random way, but it's not healthy to do it in a random way.
Yeah, like you need the consistency.
Yeah, so maybe like, hey, create a schedule that I need to run this, and that. And then whenever I have this, clear out my schedule or block the whole thing, right? Because we can always schedule something, but if you have somebody's birthday on that day, then all of a sudden you skip it.
Then so it's not happening, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's smart. I think it's very smart for it to recognize that. I still have to integrate it with Google Calendar. I have yet to figure that out.
Yeah.
That's one of the ideas that I got. Like, imagine if I just say, like, hey,
make a reminder for me or whatever.
Yeah, make a reminder or create a recurring task that I need to do. I mean, even like when we say, like, oh, I want to list 10 items a day. We just say it, but it's not on schedule.
Right.
Right? Like
mine's written down on paper.
True.
Well, I hope that for anybody listening to this who has used AI the same way I have and have not used it, that it kind of has generated some ideas, because I think, this is like the tip of the iceberg of ways that you could use it. But I really like the idea of, the framework, I guess, of thinking. I love those top 3 categories it gave: being an admin assistant, an analyst, and a business strategist. And I think those are all helpful areas. But the specific task will be different depending on you and your business, and also what you're comfortable with and what data you have. So, there will be a lot of differences. But hopefully it got some people thinking, right, about, like, how could I actually use this in a responsible way that's helpful, that is going to make my business leaner and meaner, and, I don't know, like, alleviate some mental load or some bottlenecks, or increase some efficiency, put some better processes in place, whatever it is. A lot of times, I think now, right, we just hear about AI, using AI for everything, but it's like so vague. Like, what do you literally do with it? So that was my hope for bringing this topic today. But do you have any other thoughts about it?
No, I think it's a great topic. I think my thoughts are always, discover something and try something out before you rule it out.
Don't knock it till you try it, in other words.
Yeah, and I'm not even early adopter for it. It's just I just I still have questions where if I can integrate it, where can I integrate it, right? Like, I don't know that. Like, that's literally like something that I don't know. Yeah,
that's your that's gonna be your next level up.
Yeah,
is
that's my next level
piece.
of experimenting, and I mean, literally, I'm gonna ask AI. It's like, based on my business right now, how can you help me integrate more into my life as far as scheduling, I think that scheduling alone is a big deal. Like, when you say admin assistant, it's so, I've seen people that have admin people run their life, and it's it's doable, but we're there that we don't have to pay somebody full-time to do that. I'm excited.
I'm really excited. I mean, to be honest, I think there are things that I will kind of take them one at a time, even from this episode, that I'm going to start using or start trying and see if it's worth, keeping as like an AI task. But also, I'm so excited because I'm working on this follow-up book, and the thought of the data analysis being so much easier to do. Yeah. And I am a data nerd. Like, I love it. But I don't have statistics software anymore. Like, this will be so much easier.
Yeah, I think I'm just looking at the possibilities for somebody that keep tracks of a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's just the summary, all right? Like you're not gonna get value of 1 day data, but if it's 6 months, a year, 6 years data, then all of a sudden, using it some more of like a facts driven tool, I think would eliminate the feelings of unknown and doubt, which I like it for that.
Well, and it can certainly give you more confidence in your feelings about something or your decisions, because I don't know, I think the default assumption when you're talking about that, like data versus feelings, is that your feelings are probably wrong. I mean, they probably are not 100% specifically accurate, right? But at the same time, I think there are also a lot of situations where seeing the data actually gives your feeling, which is absolutely in the right ballpark, just some more credibility.
Right? Like it's
it's like a validation of your feelings.
Yeah, it's a validation.
A lot of
it's
times
a reinforcement.
Yeah.
It's a positive or a negative reinforcement
Yes.
to repeat something or not.
We're not like so irrational that our gut feeling's never right. Like that's not what I'm saying, you know? But I think people often bring that up, like, well, you need to look at the data. You can't just go off of your feelings because of the times when your feelings are not on the money.
Are not on point,
But like, usually even if they're not on the money, they are in the ballpark. And it's helpful to know, well, what's the difference between those two things and how do you close that gap or like account for that? Because I think it's important, maybe more important than ever, Ken, in an AI-driven world, to be able to trust yourself, right?
Right.
Like,
exactly.
And to trust your nuance as a human being. So
Yep.
maybe that's really what we're after in this episode. Who knows?
Well, there you have it. And a few announcements with our friend and assistant, Ken GPT. We'll see you in the next episode. Seller Ledger got the books on track. Tax time comes. We ain't stressing like that. Know your numbers. Know where your business is at. Check out Seller Ledger. Get yourself set up.
Feed it the data, let it break it down. What's been sitting, what's moving right now? ASP sell through, what should I buy? Patterns in the numbers I might have passed by. 3 hours to source, where should I go? Give me the numbers, tell me what you know. Green light, yellow, maybe that's a no. Hey, I got answers, but I'm running the show. Make it faster, make it clean. Show me something I ain't seen. Save me time, that's the plan. But the final call is in my hands. Work smarter, but keep it human. Use the tools, but know what you're doing. Let it find what you might have missed. But double check that confidence. Work smarter, but keep it human. Good data, and let's get to moving. AI can help you change the game, but experience still knows your name. Yeah. Keep it human. Yeah, keep it human. Bob sends a message, screenshot that. Need a better answer, it'll handle that. Missing that size, find another pair. Turn a little problem into customer care. 20 drafts ready, man, that's quick. Now 20 photos got me buried in it. Speed up one thing, and what do you know? You just moved a bottleneck down the road. Make it faster, make it clean. Show me something I ain't seen. Save me time, that's the plan. The final call is in my hands. Work smarter, but keep it human. Use the tools, but know what you're doing. Let it find what you might have missed. But double check that confidence. Work smarter, but keep it human. Good data, and let's get to moving. Numbers talk, but you know the game. Technology changes, the hustle remains. Feed it the numbers. On the train. Give me the options. On the side of me and save me time. Ay's the tool. The business is mine. Work smarter. New technology, let's keep it moving. On the tools, but trust your brain. Technology changes, the hustle remains. Work smarter, but keep it human. Use what works and keep improving. Green light, yellow, red, sometimes. Seller Club, we'll see you next time.